Residents along one San Francisco street have set up a crude defense to keep the homeless off their block. Residents say they put the heavy boulders on Clinton Park in the city's Castro district between Dolores and Guerrero after the city failed to do enough.
KPIX 5's John Ramos on what drove neighbors to take this boulder action.
The people on this street in San Francisco got so fed up with all the late night noise and drug dealing on the sidewalk that some people, no one saying who, decided to take matters into their own hands. 25 large boulders have been placed along the sidewalk on the 200 block of a quiet street called Clinton Park. Neighbors say before the rocks, this sidewalk was crowded with tents, and meth dealing and use went on all night long.
And people would come in the morning, set up a tent, get the dope, which often happened starting in the morning, and then they would set up, shoot up, and either break it down or stay for a day or two.
Neighbors say they lodged more than 300 complaints with the city in the last 3 months before finally taking up a collection to buy the boulders, which, at least so far, has worked. One resident named Marius says he doesn't think it was the right solution, but says he understands why they did it.
People can't sleep. It's frustration because they're not getting any sleep at night, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do.
Eric Mills has been living on the streets since his wife died 4 years ago. He admits the homeless can be disrupting, but says the rocks should not be seen as an answer to the problem.
It's going to move them down the street a little further. It's going to be somebody else's problem. You know, that's part of the mindset today. Hey, as long as it ain't happening to me, I don't care. But that's not going to solve nothing. It's just going to get worse. Which
puts officials in a tough spot. They don't want the drug dealing to return either, but the rocks were placed here without the city's knowledge or approval.
In terms of public safety and a hazard, there's not a hazard with them. That said, these are public sidewalks, and we want to see what, if anything, could be done to legalize them if someone wants to go through that process.
The city says it may be possible that this could be permitted and that the rocks could stay, but it's hard to do that when no one will come forward to admit having put them here. In San Francisco, John Ramos, KPIX 5.
Neighbors say drug activity began about a year ago when a nearby homeless encampment was cleared out. The boulders have now been there for about 2 weeks.